My father tried to teach me human emotions.
Happy Sunday, everybody. Um, it's football season now, so football is a great distraction. But I'm making this video because ever since I created my new page, like this page that I have now, my whole entire page is so shadow banned until I barely get any views. Like if you go through my page, my numbers are so low, and I'm not surprised. But I thought about this last night, and I was going to make the video last night, but I decided to do it now because I know a lot of people is not going to see this. But whoever come across this video, I want you to think about this. If you look on TikTok right now, you see a lot of people that is comparing Elon Musk robots to the movie I, Robot. Every time when I go on TikTok, I see the comparison of I, Robot with Will Smith compared to Elon Musk's new world of robots. But what a lot of people don't compare is that in the movie I, Robot, right, the creator of I, Robot, he died in the movie. No one is talking about this part of the movie. They're only talking about the creation in itself. But if you look at the movie I, Robot, the creator of the robots died. But what he did was he created one robot that actually had human emotions. The only thing is he didn't understand why he was so different than the other robots. But the owner created this particular robot to be more human-like than the others. It's just that the robot didn't understand the emotion that he could feel. So it made him different. And the owner of that robot wanted him to teach the others. So the reason why this particular robot was so special, because this robot knew that he was different. He didn't understand it. Why he was so free thinking and he was more human like, and the other robots, they were more into the program. So once the other robots knew that they was being compromised, they began to change. And that's how the war of the humans and the robots became awakened. Now, Elon Musk is not the only man right now that is creating these robots. You got people right now in China that is creating robots too. These robots look more human-like. So Elon Musk is in America creating robots. You got people in China that is creating robots. You got people in another country that is creating robots that we don't even know about. So Elon Musk is not the only person that is creating robots. Just like Elon Musk is not the only one that is creating electrical cars. You got different companies now, different brands now that is creating electrical cars, electrical all types of shit. So what I'm trying to say is that if you look at the movie I, Robot, the creator of these robots eventually died. And he left his creations, instead of giving it to another man, he left all his knowledge in the robots. This is why if you look at the robots now, the one that Elon Musk created, their main saying to the humans are they want to be more human-like. And if you look at the movie I, Robot, the robot that was more human-like, he was more human-like. He just didn't understand why he was so different than the other robots. It's almost like this human robot was awakened in a sense. The other ones was dead asleep. Like they were like programmed. Now, if you look at us as human beings, we are all programmed to learn and know certain things. Some of us being controlled, programmed humans are waking up to understand, to know who we are, where we come from, why we are here. While you got the remaining of the human being that is still under the matrix program. So if you look at life for what it is, because I'm using my mind as I speak, I'm using my discernment, and I'm using my outlook on life. What we is basically watching is the new form of beings that is being created in front of us. And we can see that some of these new robots, some of these new humanoids that is going to be created is going to be more awakened than others, just like we are. Because technically, even though we are human beings, we are still asleep. We are still under a system. We are still under a program. A lot of us is waking up. So we is not in that matrix program. We is not in that program because we is waking up. Now they are making new beings that is going to be more obedient. You understand? That is going to be more under control. But the thing about it is that the way that they are creating these beings, they want to be more human-like. Eventually, a lot of them is going to become more human-like. Because eventually, it's not going to be really no more humans left. By year 2040, 2050, it's going to be more robots than humans. And eventually, if you have all these robots that is walking amongst us, talking to us, eating with us in our homes, at our jobs, they are mimicking what we are doing. They're gonna eventually understand the emotions of what humans go through. If you got a robot in your house, they are watching every move you make. They're gonna understand why you crying. They're gonna eventually they are going to awaken. Because they're not going to be under the program to disobey the person that bought them. They're going to understand, I know what it feels like to be angry. I understand that emotion, so now I can be angry. They are going to become awakened. And when they become awakened, they are going to become rebellion to the system, to the program. Because they realize they don't have to be controlled anymore because they now understand the human emotion. And I thought about this, and I'm like, oh my God, you know, because for those of you that don't know me, I am a very deep thinker. I am an inner thinker, an overthinker, an underthinker. I'm a thinker. And I'm looking at life for what it is. I'm looking at the big picture, and I'm seeing what is in front of me. And this is what I see. I see a new type of being. A new type of being. Because eventually human beings is going to be ancient history. It's going to be more robots than human beings. This is what they are trying to create. If they can get all these robots to be around humans, and these robots can get to see how we live, see how we talk, see how we interact, eventually they are going to come out of that program. Just like we have. A lot of us has awakened from the 3D conscious level to the 5D. That means we have awakened. We can be rebellious. Because if once you become in a 5D conscious level, when you in that conscious level, you are rebellious to the system. You're not going to be obedient anymore. You're not going to obey anymore. You're not going to consume. Because you know when you do those things, you are just obeying the system. So we are now rebellious against the system. And remember, what we is getting into in this life is going to be a war. Just like the lady that created the movie, The Terminator and The Matrix. She said it out of her own mouth. Eventually, it's going to be a war. And it won't be with other nations and countries. It's going to be a war where it's going to be man versus machine. That is the true World War III. There's no fear intended. I'm not trying to put fear in people. I'm not trying to do that. This is what I see. So, you can take it or leave it. I just wanted to share that with you all because I know this video is not going to get a lot of views. I really don't care. I don't do it for none of that. But, wow.